Hey, what's going on, guys? Just want to hop on here and see how you all were doing. Hope everything is going okay. Hope you all are getting your work done. I know I've had a lot of you all ask questions over the last several weeks about any work that you've had. Continue to ask those questions. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. You can message me through Google Classroom. You can send me an email, whatever works best for you. I'm more than happy to answer any question that you have, so please continue to ask those. The purpose of this video is to go over some notes with you all with the extended days added on to our NTI days. We're going to be covering some new content, stuff that we haven't covered yet. Everything that we've done up to this point has been review of things that we've covered throughout this year up to this point. So the stuff that we're going to be talking about for the next couple weeks is going to be new content, stuff that we haven't talked about yet. Before break, we started talking about China. We were talking about the geography of China. We really didn't start talking about it. You guys did a introduction assignment for that. You guys completed your map and a vocab chart. So what we're going to talk about right now is the geography of that and the notes that go along with that. So I'm going to try to make this video very similar to what we would be doing in class, where I would get up and talk and go over everything with you. I'm going to try to make it as easy as possible. Feel free to pause this video at any time so you can write down anything that I say, any notes that you would need to take, because as we go through this week, you're going to be using these notes to be able to complete your assignments. You're going to be using these notes for a quiz that you're going to take on Friday over geography. So take any notes that you need to take, pause this video, watch as many times as you need to watch it. Hopefully I'll be able to go over everything that you will need to know for this. If you have any questions about any of the notes, like I said, you can send me a message on Google Classroom. You can comment on this YouTube video, and I will try to comment back as quickly as possible. You can send me an email, whatever works best for you. Just let me know whatever I can do to help you out. All right, so here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the geography of ancient China, and the main question that we're going to be talking about is, how did the geography of ancient China promote and limit human activities? And what that means is, how did the geography of China help China become the civilization that it became, and how did it limit them? How did it hurt them in certain ways? All right, that's the first thing that we're going to look at. All right, so the main question for this is, how did the geography influence the people of ancient China? Okay, it says China is a very diverse land, including deserts, mountains, and fertile river valleys. That is going to be very similar to some of the places that we've talked about, such as India, but it's also very similar to the United States. Okay, in the United States, we do have deserts, we do have mountains, we do have fertile river valleys where we're able to grow crops. So the geography of China, what China looks like, is going to be fairly similar to what we would see here in the United States. Okay, it says most early people settled along the Huanghe River. That is going to be one of the two major rivers in China, along with the Yangtze River. And the Huanghe River is going to be where most early people settle. And the reason that they're going to settle there is because they need that water source in order to be able to survive. They need that water source for its natural resources. They need that water source to be able to grow their crops, to be able to have water to drink, to be able to have water for food. And these things, this river is going to be one of the main reasons that the Chinese civilization is going to be able to take off. All right, that is the first part of the notes. Okay, some of the geographic features that we're going to look at, a lot of these are some of the same geographic features that you labeled on your map. I will repost that map on Google Classroom, so you all will be able to see what that map looks like and where these places are located. Some of the geographic features that were included on your map and the map that I'm going to be posting are the Huanghe River and the Yangtze River. Those are the two main rivers that the people settled along when the Chinese civilization first got started. We're going to talk about Loess in just a second. That is going to be their silt or their fertilizer that they're going to be able to use to grow their crops. The Gobi Desert, the Pacific Ocean, the Himalayan Mountains. We talked about the Himalayan Mountains. That is the mountain range that separates India from China, and that's going to be where Mount Everest is. And then they also have some jungles that we're going to talk about. All right, how did geography influence the people of ancient China? The first way that it influenced the people of ancient China was through the two rivers. The Huanghe and the Yangtze River were used for transportation and irrigation. Transportation is going to be very important. This was going to be a way for these nomadic tribes, these people that move from place to place, to be able to move and to settle in different parts of China. It also allowed for trade. The transportation, they use transportation to be able to trade. We're going to talk about the Silk Road. The Silk Road is going to be a trade route from China to Europe. And they're going to use these rivers in order to be able to have that trade route to trade different things that they would need to trade, which we're going to talk about later on, to trade these different things for things that they need in order to help them to be able to survive. And then the second reason the rivers influenced the people and the geography of China was through irrigation. And irrigation, if you don't know, we've talked about it a ton in class, but irrigation is the process of getting water from a large water source, so in this instance, the rivers, to their farmland in order to be able to grow their crops. And then it says irrigation was very important because they needed to be able to produce rice and wheat. Rice and wheat are their two main food sources, but not their two main food sources, the two main things that they're able to grow. Rice and wheat are going to be their main crops, and these are going to be things that they not only use to be able to eat for survival, but that they're also going to use for trade. This is going to be something that they're going to use for trade with people in Europe to be able to gather resources that they also need to be able to survive. And then at the bottom, it says rivers deposited a rich layer of yellow silt called loess. Okay, and this silt is going to be their fertilizer. This is going to be the thing that they use that helps them to grow crops at a faster, more efficient rate. And that is what their silt is, and it's called loess. So that's going to be very important for some of the things that we're going to be talking about as we move forward. Okay. This is part one of the geography notes. I'm going to go over part two with you all on Wednesday. You'll be able to, I'll post that video on Wednesday for you all to be able to watch. And that's going to talk a little bit more about the geography of ancient China. That will help you with your assignment that you're going to be working on Thursday, and then will also help you with the quiz that you're going to be taking on Friday. Remember, guys, if you have any questions, please ask. Please comment on this video. Please post something on Google Classroom, a private comment or a class comment, whatever you need. You can send me an email. I'll be more than happy to help you with anything that you need help with, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions. Can't wait to hear from you all. I'll see you later. Bye.